Hola. Good?
Okay, that's fine. Just remember, speak loud.
I will not. I will not. Almost. It took a little while, but you finally got around to it. Good morning, and welcome to all of you, those who are here in the sanctuary, and those of you who are joining us from home. Whoever you are, whomever you love, however you identify, whatever yearning for hope brings you here today, we are so happy to be all together. I am Mary Alm, your worship associate. I'm an older, shorter, fluffier woman with short, unfluffy gray hair. And with me on the chancel this morning is our lead minister, Reverend Audette. Dr. Les and Brett Johnson are providing our music, and Simon Jacobs, as usual, is handling tech. We are also grateful to everyone who lends a helping hand on Sunday. Ushers, greeters, coffee people, cleanup mages, and everyone who keeps this place running. Today is our water communion service, which is an all ages service, which means our kiddos will be with us for the whole service. And our service today is designed to meet the needs of this wider community. So kids, wherever you may be seated, be sure to be patient with us elders who might have to wiggle a bit in our chairs to loosen our hips. And, you know, people just can't always help the noises they make. Something to be considered. This is our last service on the summer schedule. Next week, we return to 2 services At 9:15, we have our contemplative service, now with more live music whenever possible. And at 11:15, a fuller, more traditional service with faith formation groups offered for kids at the same time. Now it's time to take a breath, and please take this moment to settle your hearts, minds, and bodies, and prepare yourself for this beautiful hour together.
I just want to say a few things. Today we have all of the Sandburgers here to do music. So we have Sandra, Brett, Will, and Paul are all here. On September 27th, right here in the sanctuary at 7 p.m., Emma's Revolution is doing a concert for us. So why don't we listen to one of their songs?
We are living beneath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. I am alone, I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced at the brink of wisdom. I'm impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open. Imperfection, it be my crime. In humility, I will listen. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the being side. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side.
It is amazing to get Emma's Revolution to be with us, so that's wonderful. So I am Reverend Audette. For those of you who may not be able to see me personally, I am a middle-aged, white-presenting woman. I have red hair down to my shoulders. I'm wearing glasses, and I am also wearing a black robe with the stole that this congregation gave me at my installation, which has stars and the Blue Ridge Mountains on it. And I love to be able to describe that. Just so you know, today's service is going to be playful and messy and disorganized at times. So I want you to already feel like you're going to have that energy in your body. That's okay. But in order to begin this morning so that we have that balance and the flow between that playful, moving energy and some centered, grounding time, we have an invocation, and then we'll have our chalice lit. This is called The Strength of Water. It's written by two different worship leaders, Jamila Batchelder and Mary Hoosh Gordon. The strength of water takes on many, many forms, just as each of you has a unique and necessary strength that you bring to our community and to the work of love. Take a moment now and drop down into the deep wellspring of your own spirit and bathe yourself in the strength that is the groundwater of your personhood. Are you a roaring fall wearing rockaway with sheer force of will? Are you a tiny drop of water in a crevice, breaking it open slowly and steadily? Are you buoyant like a great salt lake, practice at holding others aloft? Are you tenacious like a mountain stream, finding your way down and around every obstacle you face? Are you still and calm like the pond at daybreak, offering radiant peace by your shores? Are you in touch with hidden depths, pulling from a vast well? Do you soothe like the steam rising from a cup of tea? Do you dissolve away stubborn muck like water left in a pot to soak? Do you soften and smooth the edges like a creeping fog? Do you clear away distraction like a cleansing rain? Do you roll with the ebb and flow like ocean waves? Settle your mind upon the strength, the power that is yours. Draw that strength into your heart. Draw it up into your soul. As we gather together the many waters of this community, we need each of your power, each of your resilience, each of your love to make us whole. And now let us sing together. We're going to sing hymn number 1007, There's a River Flowing in My Soul. I invite you to rise to the peak of your physical or spiritual stature. We're going to sing together. The words are here, but they're also in the teal hymnal. Okay, so this is the first part where we have to all work together, but I need some help for this wisdom story today. Do I have one volunteer who might help me? Just one volunteer? First? 0%? No buy-in? Anyone? Anyone willing to help me? I need somebody to help me. You don't know, right? That's a great question. What the heck am I helping with? It depends. Well, here's a great question. I need one person. So there's a story that one of my colleagues wrote. It's called Higgins, something like The Lonely Raindrop or something like that. But the story is about a raindrop that got a lot of stuff done. But sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. So we have this space up here. Does everybody see the floor, this kind of wood floor here? We're going to fill it up today, and you look like you're ready to help. Can you fill up this entire floor by yourself? Can you do that for me? Give it a whirl. Go ahead, fill it up. How would you do it? You would use water. Oh, we could do that. But what if you used your body? Can you do it with your body? Can you fill up this whole space with your body? No, I couldn't do it either. I was trying, but I can't. So maybe what we need is some help. So let's get a few more people. Let's see, can all of you, and maybe all the folks right here on this front line, can y'all help me fill up this space here? Every single part. We don't want to see any part of the floor. Can you come help us with that? Just the first part. Aaron, come on down. I got to get some help from my people, huh? All right. Tell me. Well, nobody else. We're just asking these front people, right? We're doing special stuff. Now, is the entire floor hidden? Can you see any of the floor? Yeah, you can. Okay. Well, we might need some more help. So let's try this. Everybody who can physically move safely down here, can you please come up? We're going to fill up this space. We're going to cram it full. Everybody who can physically move. Let's get it. Squish, squish. I'm going to get you to do a reading soon. Is that going to work for you? Sure. Thank you. I'm so sorry for the confusion today. Great. Come on down. Keep coming in. We're going to get close to your neighbors. Kind of feel comfortable. It's like sitting in the pews here. Keep on coming in. I'm actually going to step back here. Come on down. Squish up. Make room. Get close. No floor showing. Squish, squish, squish. Keep squishing. I know, right. So technically you can probably see a little bit of floor at your feet, but if you're looking over the top, this is great, right? A lot of people jumped into this cause of covering up our floor. A lot of people are working on it together. But I think this might be too many people working on the same thing, right? Okay, so let's do this. Let's start letting people that are closest out to fill out, go back to your seats. And when you think there's a comfortable number of people still on the floor, let's see what that looks like. So those of you on the closest outer edges, y'all head back to your seats. And then let's see what just the right number of people may be on the floor. Yeah, a lot of people are heading back to their seats. And then all of us, see, that are covering it up. Instead of the goal maybe not being able to see any of the floor, maybe the goal is feeling comfortable in this space up here. So let's just see what that looks like. You got to stand on the floor, because that's the work. I have to stand up here because I got to see. All right, how are we feeling? Are we about there for a comfortable number of people? Well, so that's the difference, right? If we want to get something done, a lot of times one, maybe even two people isn't enough. And then sometimes you add some people and maybe you're getting there. And then sometimes something gets very popular, like one issue gets really popular and everybody jumps on that one issue. And then it might be too many people, right? We might not need to, we're not spreading our resources around. So figuring out what the right number of people is an important thing that we do. And I want to thank you for helping us figure out what the right number of people to stand on the floor here has been this morning. But now everybody can head back to your seats. Go ahead. Thank y'all for helping. Didn't see your rainbows. I love them. So there's going to be a lot of that today, especially kind of standing near each other and wandering through each other. That's going to be a little bit of a theme, so it's good that we've practiced. But speaking of practice, as we said, the service goes through different ebbs and flows like water, and this is the time for reflection, meditation, prayer. So whether you're tall or small, I want to invite you to take a moment and settle your hearts for a time of prayer and meditation. In a world still becoming every day an arc of change, who we are and what we do matters. Are we people of loving tenacity, strong enough to reclaim lost ground, willing to stand with the vulnerable, to lend our hands and hearts to those who need us, and to love the non-human world and its wonders even as we love each other? Spirit of life, loving presence that yet flows in this world, fortify our hearts. Help us persist. Make us willing collaborators in all the works of love and justice. Nurture in us the strength of water, which flows over and around obstacles and finds a way to wear down the strongest rock, transforms landscapes for good and for ill. Let us evince the restorative power of water, refreshing our siblings when the world has parched them, the earth around us when it is overworked and dry, the hearts within us when we are weary and we have gone too long without rest. Let us remember our own powers can work for good or do harm, and lend us wisdom so that we may be a blessing on this earth in a world which needs every gift we may bring to bear. May it be so. Aho.
I bring a poem entitled Water by Philip Larkin. If you sense the theme, you're halfway there. If I were called in to construct a religion, I should make use of water. Going to church would entail a fording to dry, different clothes. My liturgy would employ images of sousing, a furious, devout drench. And I should raise in the east a glass of water where any angled light would congregate endlessly.
Good morning. Say love's made you to stone you. Say that you wanna be left
alone. You say that love's made you weep and moan. You let me tell you something that you know in your bones. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Love is the power that won't be stopped. Love is the water that wears down the rock.
You say your soul's like a dry riverbed. Stopped waiting for the water long ago, you said. You better pray all night for the rain instead. Love comes like a tidal wave over your head.
Love is the water that wears down the rock. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Love is the power that won't be stopped. Love is the water that wears down the rock. You say you're waiting for love, it takes too long. It dulls a sharp mind, it weakens the strong. You know you may be right, yeah, but you may be wrong. Love can take a mountain and tumble it down. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Love is the water that wears down the rock. Love is the power that won't be stopped. Love is the water that wears down the rock. I said love is the water that wears down the rock. The water that wears down the rock. Wears down the rock. Down the rock. The rock.
So I've been wondering what it means to celebrate water communion in a community that has experienced the devastations of water. What was it like to be a UU at a water communion after Katrina or after Sandy or anywhere else where floodwaters are known to rise? I mean, in times like these, I turn to the wisdom traditions and the spiritual traditions of the ages, those insights, and what comes to me is simply this, that all power contains within it the power to heal and the power to harm. It's an enduring truth. I mean, a fire can devastate or it can be used to control devastation. Air is necessary for breath, for life itself, but air moving too fast can wipe out everything in its path. I mean, love can nurture or heal, but it can also turn into an obsession. It can destroy the lover and the beloved. Now, I try to embed small rituals in my daily life just to help me remember what's important to me or what I cherish or what I want to be careful to respect. And at home, I use candles a lot, which means I also use matches almost daily. And because I want to remember the power of fire and to respect it, you know, it's one of the most powerful forces we personally encounter with regularity. But it's also a force that reminds me that my ability to control it is limited, so that if I am encountering fire, I should be attentive and thoughtful. And so when I'm blowing out a match, I have a little ritual that I do. I blow it out, I take it, and usually I'm not right next to water, so I go to wherever water is, dip the match in before I throw it away. I make sure to wet the top of the matchstick. And I do this not because I'm overly obsessive about just throwing a matchstick away once I'm certain that the fire is out, but because it's a ritual that allows me to pay attention, to be respectful of something, and to return to things that are important to me. And so when I tell this, I'm only aiming at one thing. I'm basically saying that how we live with, how we embrace or how we ignore and forget the basic substances of our lives can make a difference. When we're attentive, every part of our lives imparts wisdom. It can keep us alive to the meaning and the insight in the things we encounter, things like water, air, earth, or fire. I mean, all of these things are necessary to life. They all have that power to heal. They all have the power to harm. And we do as well, right? But all the things we encounter, like birds and pollinators, weeds, fruits blossoming or rotting, animals that we coexist with, the balance that we forge, and the choices that we make or that we are subjected to, all of that is a dance that can either lead us to flourishing or to faltering. For us, for the living beings that we encounter. And so that is actually why we engage in rituals like water communion. At times in the past in Unitarian Universalist history, especially when our Upper Eastern congregations took the summer off, they just didn't go to church in the summer, they were gone. The water communion served as a ritual of homecoming that was a little bit of a how I spent my summer vacation. It was a form of storytelling that was about where people had gone and what they had been doing. Because we care about each other and we're the storytelling animals, there is a belovedness in that. But of course, not all of us have the privilege to travel, and many of us have been right here in worship over the summer. How many of you were here this summer? Right? Exactly. Our Unitarian Universalist faith invites us to contemplate longer horizons and deeper layers of human experience. And so we want a water communion that speaks to something more connecting, especially in our first year after a flood that changed us all. So today, we gather again to respect the power of water, its power to heal, its power to harm, its power to symbolize enduring truths or impart ancient wisdoms. We're going to create a space to begin by telling a few stories. A few of you, has anyone actually brought water? We sent out messages. Okay, so good, that's good. I wasn't sure because I can't quite see it. So we have time for a few folks to tell us a little bit of a story, maybe 5 people to tell us your story about what this water means to you, what you're celebrating or remembering, what's important to you about the water that you're bringing. And then after that, we'll have a ritual in which all of us can share whether you brought your own water or whether you want to use the water that we're providing. And at that time, which is without storytelling but just pouring, you'll have a chance to receive some blessings. And then when we're all finished with that part, we're going to bless our common vessel. And we're going to do that together. So we're going to do 2 things to get us started. I'm going to show you a little bit about how we want to do our storytelling, and Mary is going to go on down. And in the vessel itself right now, go ahead, Mary, there is some water in the bowl. Does anybody know what the water that's already in the bowl is? Anyone want to take a guess? The water from all of our previous years. It's the water of our history. And in fact, that's what Mary's going to pour in next from this, just so you can see it. This is water from all our previous years, joining the waters already in there. It's the waters of our history. And now I'm going to make a switch. And so for a few of us, and if you would like to share a little story before adding your water, would you go ahead and line up if you're willing to tell us a little story? We're going to line up right here. And I'm going to model a little bit of what we're talking about. So this water that I have in here comes from our home. And every Monday morning, the first thing that I do when I get up is I water all of our plants. And it is a ritual that really grounds my week. I love tending those living beings, and it makes me so aware and grateful of the water that is in our lives. So come on down.
My name's Joanna. This water is from our new rental house that was actually our shelter from the storm last year when we got the evacuation in Swannanoa. We went to our friend Julie's house, and it sheltered us in the storm, and it gave my babies a place to be, and now we live there. And so this is water from my house, and I'm really glad to share it with you.
Mine's not quite as happy. This is from Montreat, a river in Montreat, and it's one that my dog and I, for 10 years, would walk along. And when he died a while ago, some of his fur I sprinkled on this special sitting rock, which no longer is there due to Helene. And it's an area where it flooded so bad. I had a friend, and her neighbor's house was 100% underwater, and she thought, I was sharing with my dear sweet friend here, she thought she was going to die because she watched the water coming up in her house and she couldn't get out. And yet now it's like this peaceful, I have goosebumps. It's just that it was such a place of joy and peacefulness and tranquility, and also great sorrow, and it was just holding both at the same time. So, thank you.
My name's Erin, and this is Gabriel. Just a little bit. And every year we bring some water from our kitchen sink because it's the most important place in our house where all of the living takes place, all of the growing, all of the love, all the relationship in the family. This jar is dated 10/29/24. This is some of the first water that ran through our faucet after we returned from our Helene evacuation. And it symbolizes recovery and hope and growth and family and love.
I'm Sarah, and this is August. Do you want me to lift you up so you can say what your water is? Do you want me to lift you? Okay, you gotta put the water down. You can just put it down. Tell them what your water is. Okay, so every month, or around every month, every time there's a full moon. You wanna say it? You say it. What's your water?
It's charged from the moon.
It's charged from the moon. Yeah, we put water out under the full moon, and we let the moon charge our water, and then we drink it through the month. And so this is our water from the full moon. And there's another one tonight. There you go. Thank you.
So this is water from an orange bucket that's in my basement. This is water that I collected when we had no water, and I got it from the World Central Kitchen trucks that came in to give us some sense of order. And even though this water is still sitting there and I don't know what to do with it, because I'm like, oh, it's probably not great. It's been sitting in this bucket for almost a year now. It's still like hard to go and just dump it out, you know. I was like, I went and gathered all this water so that I could pour it into this giant barrel and pump it into my house and give us all flowing water in our house to kind of make us whole again in a time that was hard to go through, and still having anxiety about coming up to a year of dealing with it again, you know. But I wanted to share this water just because this is what helped us get through some hard times.
During my time at Penn State, we had an extensive international program. We sent faculty, staff, students, and theatrical productions literally all around the world, and including 9 such trips to Africa. And my dear friend, actor, teacher, activist Charles Dumas, who is celebrating his 82nd birthday today, brought me this from the River Niger with a little water and some silt.
I collected my water yesterday from the banks of the Swananoa River, where it flows by what used to be Manna Food Bank, which is what brought me here to Asheville in 2011 to work. So as I could look up, I could see the rubble of what used to be the food bank. As I looked downstream, I could see that it was still beautiful. There were trees, and it was flowing, and there was sun sparkling on it, which represents hope and resilience, and that all will be well again.
So as you can hear, there are all of these incredibly powerful stories. And I just want to say a special thank you to everyone who shared one. But I know that even if you didn't share a story out loud with us today, you carry stories, very similar ones. And so now we're going to engage in the ritual. I'm going to invite Mary, Rob, and Jill to come take your bowls and take your places first so that I can describe what we'll do next. Thank you all for helping. Now, each of these folks is holding a bowl of blessings, and we're going to invite you to line up in two lines, coming down from the center area here, if you will. And you're welcome to pour a little water from one of our vessels. They look heavy. They're not super heavy, but I'll come down, and if you need any help, just in case, I'll be there to help too if you need it. Just pour a little bit of water so we have enough for everyone. And then I want to invite you to take a blessing. If you are thinking this morning in gratitude for your many blessings, or you have things that you are celebrating or love that is spilling out, we invite you to take a blessing from Jill. Here, Jill. And if there is something you need to forgive or be forgiven for, or some help to weather the storms of your life, please take a blessing from Mary. And if you need strength and encouragement for the journey, please take a blessing from Rob. All right, and they've got little words on the front of their bowls if you need a reminder. As you know, it'll take a minute to pour a little water, and it'll be a little messy in the patterns. So we'll be patient with that. It's okay if we're a little messy. Life is like that. You'll return to your seats this way through these. So kiddos over here, you might want to make sure you're not blocking the access port back, because people might step on you. We don't want anybody stepping on anybody. Also, as we're lining up, a lot of times what happens is the aisles fill with lines. Just make sure your neighbors can get back to their seats, or don't feel like you have to stand silently behind someone. If you need to scooch around them, just a quiet excuse me helps them know to step a little bit out of your way. We'll make it work together, right? We can do this. We do it all the time. So we want to invite you now to come and share in our ritual of water communion. part of the water communion ritual, and that is the blessing of the water. And Mary is our blesser, but we will do this together. And you have a part, it's a response, and the response is, this water is sacred. Can we try that together? This water is sacred. So I'll say a little bit, and then you respond, this water is sacred, and I'll kind of gesture like that. Does that make sense? This water is sacred. It is made sacred by the many hands that have poured it with intention and love, the many stories that each drop contains, the many lives surrounding it in this unique moment, connected by commitment and faith. This water is sacred. May it continue to flow through this community with shining reflections of the unique gifts that flow through each of its members. This water is sacred. May it continue to bless this community with loving reminders of our collective responsibility to one another and to the world. This water is sacred. May its ripples be a reminder that the changes and growth within this community bring movement and transformation to the world beyond our doors. This water is sacred. May its flow offer grace to our community and the willingness to forgive ourselves and one another when we make mistakes. This water is sacred. In moments when we are confused or uncertain, may it bring us clarity of purpose and commitment. This water is sacred. In moments when the reservoirs of hearts and spirits are drained by sorrow or pain, may it nourish us with the knowledge that we are surrounded by a deep and abundant love. This water is sacred. Water is sacred. Thank you all. And that blessing, by the way, was written by the Reverend Ranwa Hamami. And so now we have a hymn we are going to sing together. I hope you love this hymn as much as I do. It's called Blue Boat Home. Let's sing together.
So has anybody ever been to the Mountain Retreat Center? Anybody ever been there? Okay, so if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't been there, I just want you to picture where it's a full moon tonight. It's clear. The sun is set. There's a campfire, and somebody's making s'mores for us. So think of that as we're singing. Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never great winds urging me on. Meet the infinite sea before me. Sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms. Never harbor or port have I known. Wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
We turn now to the work of the congregation. First of all, we like to invite visitors to stand and introduce yourselves. We want to know who you are so we can get to know you better during coffee hour after the service. But please do wait for an usher to bring you a microphone before speaking. And for now, please stand, just tell us your name and where you're visiting from. And we know some of you are out there.
Hi, my name is Sue Casey. I live in Asheville, but very close to the edge of Fairview. And I've tried some churches in town that weren't a good fit. I grew up Catholic, and I don't think it was great for me. And so I have no desire to go back to that. And I wanted to try this place and see if I could find something different.
Welcome.
My name is Rick. This is my wife, Haley. We're visiting our son and daughter from Indianapolis.
Welcome.
Hi, I'm Ginger. I live in Asheville. We're in Montford. And this is also my son Lori's first time here.
Welcome. Welcome to you both.
Hi, my name is Hannah. I've actually been here a number of times before, but I like to introduce myself because I like when people come talk to me at coffee hour. because I don't know anyone here yet. I grew up UU in Cincinnati, and I live locally, and I come when I can because I live in Barnardsville, and it's a long drive on a Sunday morning.
Yeah. Welcome. Thank you, all of you brave souls. And next, we want everyone to greet Trevor. Are you here, Trevor?
He is here. He ran in and out.
He comes in and goes out. But he is our amazing connections coordinator, running right here. Everyone wave. He'd love to meet you after the service as well, especially if you have questions. Look for the welcome table in Sandburg Hall and come to chat and get to know more about us. Our announcements ran as slides at the beginning of the service, as they do every Sunday. If you missed them, refer to the website for our latest weekly e-news. Comes out on Thursdays. Everything is described there. And if you don't get the e-news, but would like to, it's very easy. Write to our email, of course, information@uuasheville.org. And now, a special announcement from our auction committee. Woo-hoo.
Morning, y'all. Good morning. Our UU auction is coming. High five. We need donations to stay alive. What could you possibly donate, you say? Let's help your brain get thinking today. Okay, guys, we need suggestions for what to donate. Without donations, we don't have an auction. So, there is childcare during the auction, during the gala, but babysitting is a great donation.
Along with teaming up with someone as a friend and hosting an event, like a dinner or an outing.
Yeah, get together, share the work.
How about buy a gift card for a local restaurant or small business?
Sure, buy a gift card or just donate some money and we'll buy a gift card. Teach lessons in whatever you know how to do. Juggling, magic tricks.
Offer a service. You could pet sit, you could rake leaves, you could wash windows, you could plant a garden in the spring. So use your talents.
There you go. Anybody else? That's right. We have many artists and craftspeople in the congregation. Donate some of your fabulous work. Benny. Pickles. Super. All right. Get your brains thinking. Come by and see us at the auction table and look for this sign. And come and see us. Thank you from the fabulous auction team.
They'd probably even let you help them plan the auction if you wanted to volunteer that. Our community plate recipient this month is Swannanoa Communities Together. And Beth Triggs is here to tell us just a little bit more about that organization.
Hi, I'm Beth Trigg, and I asked Kelly Riedesel, who's a member of this congregation, to come up with me because one of the core tenets of the way that we work at Swannanoa Communities Together is that none of us works alone. We believe that the work of repair and healing in community can only be done in community together. So I appreciate you standing beside me. And really, I'm just here to say thank you to you and to the congregation for supporting our work, for not forgetting about Swannanoa, for staying with us. And I'm here to ask you to stay with us because it's long haul work. I wasn't expecting the whole ceremony to be about water, and it's honestly been like very profound and emotionally challenging for me to sit with some of this reflection about water. I know I only have 2 minutes, but I'll just say, you know, I grew up in Western North Carolina, and river swimming has been a great joy in my life and a big part of every summer since I was a kid. And I didn't swim in any rivers this past summer. I haven't come to peace with water yet, and haven't come to peace with the Swannanoa River, which did a lot of harm in our community. I'm sorry. So this was really healing for me, and I want to say thank you. And to say that just like that, healing process is likely to take a long time in my life personally. Our healing process as a community in Swannanoa is likely to take a long time. It's long haul work. We're not anywhere close to done. Hundreds of people still don't have a place to live. People are still living in RVs where they have to haul water to take a shower or flush. It's long haul work, and we need you with us. We need all of us in it. So there are ways that you can stay involved. You are doing it by supporting us financially as a congregation. Individuals can support us financially. You can stock our community fridges. Food and housing are the biggest needs that we're seeing in our community. Hundreds of people come every month to get supplemental food at our community center, and to get support with rental assistance to get in housing or stay in housing. We're going to be doing that work. We're committed to doing that work over the long haul. And so we're looking for people to be monthly donors, to sign up to stock our fridge once a month. You can do that with a group of neighbors or a family group. But those are the ways. So thank you for hosting me here today and letting me participate in this. And I'll read you the blessing that I took as just a close. I took from the forgiveness basket because I have some work to do forgiving the river, and I'll bring this back and put it on our altar at our community center. It says, "May your pain be leavened by love and your heart be made strong." Thank you.
So, what a morning. I'm Kelly Riedesel. I'm the author of Proud Roads, which is a book of poetry in the aftermath of Helene. All the proceeds will support Swannanoa Communities Together. And a fair number of the poems are about water in some way. If I had a religion, it would be about water. But this morning, we had 2 months without water here in Asheville. And that was really hard, and we realized pretty acutely our dependence on it. And then we also realized pretty acutely our dependence on each other during that time. And as Beth said, there's an ongoing need for that kind of support, just like we have an ongoing need for water. So I wanted to read you a poem this morning. It's called Trust. Trust comes one lab result, one story, one sip at a time. Promises kept, no disasters left, no slips, not resigned, no absolutes turned on a dime. After scouring, drought, and lead warnings combined, tap water comes with suspicion. Trust comes one lab result, one story, one sip at a time. After reservoir water, mucky with slime, infrastructure and economy on fragile lifelines, no absolutes turned on a dime. After weeks of creek water used for toilet prime and bath water so suspect parents decline, trust comes one lab result, one story, one sip at a time. After months of waiting on everyone's minds, survival in a bottle, the daily find, no absolutes turned on a dime. I think that's pretty much how we felt about water then, and I don't think I'll ever forget how that felt. Thank you.
Thank you both. Our offering this morning will be split with this partner organization of Swannanoa Communities Together. And I think you can meet Beth if you want to talk more about it at the welcome table after the service. So our offering will be split unless your gift today is to be applied only to your pledge, in which case, please use the envelope in the pew in front of you, and you can also donate online. The work and ministries of this congregation are supported entirely by the financial generosity of our members and friends. Every Sunday, we celebrate this generosity with music and thanks. You make us possible, and we thank each and every one of you for doing that. Today's offering will now be gratefully collected. for the gifts you have given and continue to give to this congregation. Your presence, your time, wisdom, and resources. We are so very, very grateful. And thank you, Dr. Les and the Sandburgers, for the music you brought us this morning. Please, everyone, pay attention to Dr. Les.
I'll do it. It's your turn. We're going to sing 3 verses of I've Got Peace Like a River. Please rise in body or spirit.
Why don't you just stay standing, because we're here at the end, and you have already done the work and ignited the love of this congregation. That's a love that I invite you to take out into the world, which badly needs it. And we're going to sing our closing song, as we always do, and then please join us for coffee and some time together.
Thank you, Les. Sounded great.
I'm sure that was on my list of
Hey,
jobs.
you didn't miss a note on Water is Wide. Nailed it, Les. Nailed it.
That was so good. That was maybe like the best you played it. That's one of my favorites.